up, everybody, here in New York City? I'm excited to be back on M&N. We have a great show for you on How About That? I'm your host and producer, Vinnie Langdon, and today I'm going to be talking to a good friend of mine, and I'll let him talk a little bit about himself in just a minute, but I like to start off every episode by introducing each guest on my show and kind of explaining to you guys how I kind of know this person. And I used to go out to the Vans Warp Tour, which is a summer music festival, unfortunately, no longer running, but it was a great 25-year-old run. And I remember showing up, and we were in San Francisco. It was probably one of the best Warp Tour days ever. You had Katy Perry, 303, the Gym Class Heroes, Academy Is. You had just like a killer lineup. And I remember shooting a bunch of interviews, and I see this guy in the corner of my eye, and he's just like, just being just, when you see people and they kind of stand out, and you're like, I got to go introduce myself to that person. But the story goes that he ends up having to introduce himself to me because he walks up to me and he just says, "Oh, hey, how are you? My camera guy just went to go use one of those porta potties to go take a crap. Do you think you could like help me record my next interview?" And I'm like, who says stuff like that? Like it's just so random, right? It was just so weird. So of course I'm like, all right, he seems like an all right person. I'll help him. So I'm standing there, and little do I know that the band he's interviewing is one of the members of Blink 182. And I'm just going, wow, this is crazy timing, dude, because this is nuts. So I want to welcome my guest here. This is Matt Wilson, aka Video Matt Presents, and he's out here and he's in his car in California. What's up, man?
What's up, Vinny? Long time no see, buddy. Yeah, I'm in my car. It's the Hot Box Mobile, actually. This is where I go to. This is like my office. This is where I get my ideas, and I smoke my pot so it doesn't interrupt the neighbors. No,
There you go.
this is just where I hang out and get my ideas and kind of escape. Even though I'm still, next to everything, it's still like my own little like escape. Getting in the car. Do you have any of those, like
I
places
do.
you go to escape?
I do, and it's like usually from my bedroom to the bathroom, and then people are just like, "That's TMI," but you know what? That's where all the ideas come from, man.
Exactly. And
There you
the
go.
Warp Tour, uh, those were great moments. It's crazy to think that like picture like with now everything going in the world, right? Like a concert, like that many people, like holy crap, Germ City, like I hope we can go back to those type of days again. I really miss those. Weren't those just a thing in the past, but just unique in its own way?
Right. So let's go ahead and jump into here for my viewers who do not know or are not familiar with who you are. You're a content creator. You have your
Oh
own
yeah.
YouTube
So,
channel,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
give us a little rundown on who you are.
All right. Video Matt. I got my name Video Matt from 2009. 2007, when I started working at a magazine company by the name of Synthesis Magazine, which was located in Chico, California. They used to be a national magazine company. And I was going to college in Butte College. I seen them on the campus. They were looking for interns. I ended up showing up a week later to their facility. I showed them some footage of this band called Paramore. At the time, they were just a small rock and roll band. Haley Williams, of course, and anyway, it was Paramore. It was a small band, and I had footage of me just hanging out with them behind the scenes, just being fun and goofy. And when I showed it to this magazine company, this is right like 2 years after YouTube was created, and they were thinking that they needed to get more of an online presence. They were thinking of like a digital online magazine, but they still needed video and video content. So I got my name Video Matt started working there, and there was like 4 other people named Matt. One was Photoshop Matt, one was Sales Matt, one was like Custodian Matt, and then there was Video Matt. So like that's
You
how
didn't
I
want to be
became Video Matt,
custodian,
because I did
Matt.
the videos. And I did videos for them, interviewed bands from like 2007 2011, off and on, just like, hey, Video Matt here, hanging out. We're chilling with Poop for Soup. Yeah, hey, what's up, dudes? But now, and then from 2011 from 2010 though to now, I started my own YouTube. I stopped working with the magazine because nobody reads magazines anymore, so that kind of went down. And now, in the last couple of years, the last 6 months, my channel has turned into a conspiracy channel. Apparently, that's what people want to see from Video Matt now, is talking about conspiracies and smoking. So you have to give them what they want, Vinny. We have to change with the times sometimes, and you just have to give the audience what they want. And so, but the long story short, I just create content. It's what I've always done. I never would have thought that a phone would have a good camera and we could go live and just film with the phone.
Right,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
Now, take us a little bit back before synthesis. Were you one of those kids who was into acting or into video, or did you like, when it came to high school, were you involved with like a debate team or, any type of thing before the whole YouTube world existed?
Yeah, I was actually the quarterback of my high school football team from no, I never did football. I never did. I did media class. There was a class called media class in Gridley High School. In the year 2000, I took the class because I thought it was just going to be easy and I wouldn't have to take like another like math class or something. So I took the media class, and my first thing I ever filmed was for the flag salute, where I had to get a minute of footage of the flag for us to put on the announcements. The morning announcements came every morning around 9 a.m. for about 5 minutes, and the flag salute, I got the footage, but the flag wasn't really waving in the beginning. It was just like a dead flag. So I was like, great, like what's going on? But then the wind picked up and the flag started waving, and I was like, wow, this, like, I'm just filming the flag. But I was like, sweet. And I filmed the flag. I went back. That would be the flag salute video we use. And then I would start to, for the next couple years in media class, film videos inspired by like CKY and Jackass type stuff. Never making fun of people, more just doing weird stuff to myself to get a laugh. And we had a show called Stupid. We called it Stupid in high school. And long story short, we would do that, but then it got canceled. And really that's where I started doing videos. I went to my, not to jump around, but I went to my high school reunion back in 2014, and it was cool to see people from high school remember me for those, remember me for those videos and stuff that I did back in the day. They remembered that I did videos and I was still doing them. It made me feel like I was just doing what I'm supposed to do. So yeah, I before all that, I just I even went to college for like media, but it never worked out. And acting, I've done some acting here recently, but anyway, but yeah.
The unique opportunity, Matt and I, we come from a similar background with, the media and doing music festivals, interviewing bands. But it's amazing how, I just posted something about this similar on my Facebook page where little did we know the journey that you and I would be on. Like, you went from interviewing a band, and one of the bands said, we need a tour manager and we need someone to go on the road and, just basically baby us, and make sure, nothing bad happens to us. And you at the time, you were probably thinking, well, I'm just a guy with a video camera. Like, I don't know nothing about music industry and management, and you probably can't even sing a note either. So, hey, so, so tell us some of briefly, we got a few minutes. Um, Tell us some of the journey and some of like the most, impact, experiences that you've had on this journey of just being a quote unquote, they call a YouTuber these days.
Um, yeah, I was interviewing artists, and then through that met a band by the name of Ann Arbor. It actually started with the band called the Scene Aesthetic. They were big on MySpace for a while. They're one of like the bigger like emo acoustic bands. They had a single called Beauty and the Breakdown. I would later meet up with them, and I would tour with them for a whole week in California, just following them like groupies with cameras. And I met this band called Ann Arbor, And a couple years later, I'd end up touring with them. And what they allowed me to do was travel the country. And through that, there was not, I could say numerous times, not a bunch, but there were times where I'd be in like emos in Austin, Texas, and somebody'd be like, "Are you Video Matt?" And I'd be like, "Yeah. Oh, I seen your video on YouTube. Holy crap, dude! What's your name? Holy crap! Wow!" And then they would be like, "Why? Why is he so excited?" But it was just like, it'd be like, "Dad, I'm out in Austin, Texas. I've never been here, but somebody's seen my video. He's seen me. Are you making any money?" Well, not really, but I mean, this is awesome. Like, this is like, who needs the money? Hey, can I borrow? Hey, can I borrow another $50? Hey, but anyway, this is awesome, Dad. So it was like, it was just that natural high of, literally natural high of just being out there on the road, experiencing, meeting people, and then people, when they recognize you just for even making a video, it was like, wow. And so through that, I just was able to just meet more people in the industry, go on more tours, and then just just putting yourself out there, really, putting yourself out there. We've been making videos, you and I, at least for over 10 years on YouTube. That's just YouTube, at least. And that's a long time. And it's
Right.
kind of like going back in the time machine, watching some of these videos and realizing that at the end of the day, like, I don't know if you can say this, but possibly, like, the videos, it's kind of like you you made them because you want other people to watch them, but you made them because you would have made them anyway, because that's what you did. And now it's kind of like a time capsule for yourself, because then you can really look back and like, wow, there's me from 12 years ago. Like, I didn't need to shave. Like, I didn't even have hair, like, on my beard. Like, so it's really cool just to see these videos and such, and that they help me, like filming these bands and making a demo reel helped me get on some Hollywood film sets, like 2016 Trash Fire, seeing a film at the Chinese theater with your name in the credits. Like, these things have helped. And that's why I would tell anybody who wants to try to get in Hollywood or just in the film industry, like, don't underestimate the value of, like, getting videos, putting them on YouTube, and creating, because that's what people want to see nowadays, more than like a piece of paper. So like, yeah, I mean, just interviewing bands just helped me meet other people and such, and get some jobs too. Yeah.
Right, right. It's quite a journey. And I think you and I are, we're at an interesting period as far as technology goes, because I remember years ago when people were telling us, hey, you should put your videos on YouTube, and we're thinking, isn't that for people like Justin Bieber who are trying to become discovered, or is it, for, this artist and this person only? And Taylor Swift uploads her videos and gets 5 trillion views, and it's like, is that for just everyday you and me? I remember there was another social media platform. I mean, MySpace was huge, and that was another opportunity for, you know, video makers and content producers like us. There was another website that's no longer around called Stickam, and oh my God, we had hours and hours. And to look back and think about it and go, if that was just a little smidge of her life, to tell our grandkids, yeah, what'd you guys do when you were, in college? Oh, we just sat on laptops and we just video chatted, kind of like what we're doing now. And we did that like for an entire summer. And it was just like 2, 3 in the morning talking to people from around the world, because our friends in our local town were boring or they didn't care about us. So we are like, hey, and it's just such a strange time to, fast forward. And like you said, with the time capsule thing, to look back and document whether we filmed interviews with bands, current events that were going on. I mean, I've seen some of the recent videos you've talked about recently about what's going on with, the politics, or, the police reform and all that. And it just like, think about another 10 years fast forward, looking back at that stuff and going, wow, that's amazing. But then there's also this scare tactic of, maybe everything that's on the internet, it's not going to last forever. So we do take that risk every day when we upload videos. And we even tell people that, hey, this video that we're doing right now, it might not be on the internet in, 6 months, we don't know. But
Like
yeah.
those Western Dental hard drives or whatever, like they're the worst. Like, just lost so much footage with those. So yeah, I got you.
But let's go back. I mean, you were living up in Northern California, for those who do not know, and the opportunity came and you said, you know what, life's a risk. Let me move down to Southern California, Hollywood, and give acting a shot. So I know you and I worked on a couple independent short films together for fun, and those were actually successful in a few festivals. And
Sacramento Film Festival.
there you go. That was a good one. So what we'll do is we're going to take a quick break. We're going to let the viewers see a short film we did from 2015 called Zapper Woman. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more with Matt about his acting experiences in Hollywood.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a superhero. My parents were in a horrific car crash when I was a baby, so my grandpa took care of me.
So, Zaffarine, what do you think you want to be when you grow up?
Superhero girl.
I knew if I wanted to follow my childhood dreams, that I would in fact have to start training early. I started practicing flying, using special powers,
Oops.
and imagining I was responding to real-life crime calls.
Tab 4, be right there. Got it.
I knew one day I would become Zapper Woman.
I was listening to that.
We interrupt this song to bring you breaking news coming out of the Ville. This morning we had 3 robbers rob the St. Patrick's Jewelers store on Arden Way. This is the 4th robbery this week. This town is getting a little spooky if you ask me. The Ville Police Department are asking if you see 3 men that look suspicious together to call your local authorities. They can be armed and dangerous. This is DJ Spunk, and we'll get you updated on these reports as we get them.
4th robbery this week. This town is getting crazy.
These criminals are getting bold, and the poor law enforcement are doing everything they can. We have to put an end to this.
We?
Hey, you! Give me the keys. Get out the car. Get out the car.
Get out of the car! It's our car now! I'm gonna hurry up!
You said you weren't gonna hurt anybody, dude.
I changed my mind, Bato!
Let's go, let's go, go, go!
Hey, but right here. Hey, it's only 2-seater. Hey, you gotta turn. Yeah, what are you doing? What about me?
Pass it around! Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go! Come on, I'll smell you later, dude! Catch us pretty soon.
What's going on over there?
Let's go find out. What's going on here?
They stole my car. Don't worry, we'll get it back.
They don't even have a license.
And who are you?
But
Bob. Listen here, you little punk.
You think it's cool to mess with girls?
Wait, no, he wasn't trying to hurt me.
Oh, what's this? Check it out, Kaboom.
St. Patrick's Jewelry, Frank's Bookstore, Mr. Chung's Takeout, your lunch, DeVille Bank.
They're the robbers.
All right, listen up. We got a lie detector. Tell us where your friends are going.
south of the border.
You're lying. Where are your friends going?
They're robbing a bank every 15 minutes.
It's good to see you're cooperating. One more question. Will you come with us?
Yeah. I would love to.
Kaboom, call the police.
Got it.
Well, good morning. I'd like to welcome all of you out here today. We're all here to thank these 2 wonderful individuals who saved our city and rid of crime. and it's Zapper Woman and...
It's Kaboom.
Well, Kaboom, I'm here to give you a priceless trophy from the city.
Thanks.
And a key. And the Zapper Woman, the keys to my car. Anyway, let's thank them one more time. Those are big balloons.
And there you have it, a happy ending and a community safe and at peace. Thanks to the efforts of two brave superheroes, superheroines. I'm Dave McCallum reporting for VLS News.
Oh, you're watching the news.
Yeah, Grandpa. Do you want to come watch the Vinnie Langdon show with me after your bath?
You know, I'd really like to, but I've got to go fight some crime. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Super Pa!
So, like I said, I met Matt on a few occasions, backstage at music festivals and whatnot, and we had that common interest of we're two crazy dudes that are like willing to do anything as long as there's a camera around. And we said, you know what? I said, Matt, if I were to write some short films or comedy sketches, would you be interested? And he lived about an hour away, and he was like, yeah, I'll come down and hang out and make a movie or two. And so you just seen Zapper Woman, and that was one of just a sample of the things that Matt was willing to do in a two-seater car that actually was his.
Yeah, that was great. That was
That
great.
was good. So tell us about, everyone says, as far as acting in Hollywood goes, it is competitive, but for you, you didn't have that mindset of, oh, I'm going to go be a part-time waiter, and, the other part-time of me is going to be, go into audition to audition, and I'm going to be the next Marlon Brando or the next Tom Hanks. And you just went there for fun. So tell us your journey and some of the projects you worked on.
Yeah, I went down to Los Angeles off of just somebody I worked with on a film that they were shooting in Yuba City, California. I was turning in resumes to all these different places, and I was getting ready to walk into Sizzler when I was like, nah, I'm just gonna go back to my parents. I'll figure it out. And I went back to my parents, and on Craigslist there's this post to shoot on this Bollywood type film in Yuba City for a PA position. Long story short, I submitted the resume. They wrote back to me within 15 minutes. I showed up the next day. I worked for 6 days on the set. One of the guys was from LA, said I needed to get down there. He said I could sleep on his couch. I was like, sure. He called me a month later, and the night before my 29th birthday, I just packed up everything and headed down to LA, drove the 8 hours, the 420 miles actually from where my place was. And I would get down there that morning, and I already had a shoot that I had to get on. So I got down to LA 6 in the morning. I had to be out in the desert towards Victorville by like 8 a.m. It was for the Never Shout Never music video. I went on tour with Never Shout Never in 2012 with Ann Arbor. This was like my, I always keep this with me. This is my all access tour laminate. And I keep it in my car because it's symbolic to so much. I wish I would have kept more of them over the years. But anyway, I get down to LA, I drop off my stuff, I head to the desert, and as soon as I'm there, the director's like, all right, go grab the water, we go set up the booth, like tell me all the stuff I have to do, and because I'm a PA, and all of a sudden this big huge Escalade is rolling up into the desert, and this band gets out, and Christopher Drew and the band get out, and Christopher Drew walks up, and he remembers right who I was. He's like, hey, what's up, dude? I'm like, hey, whoa, it's a music video for you guys? Like, holy shit, I didn't even know this. Yo, guys. And like, I went over to my car, and I showed the laminate. I was like, dude, I still have this in my car because this is like 2006, 15, like, some years later. Well, after that, the director, as I was saying hi to everybody, the director was looking at like the assistant director, like, wait, he knows them? And like after that, like everybody was pretty much cool with me, like the director stuff for the remainder of the day. And I was like, wow, this is such a weird connection, like it gave me a boost because the next couple of years living in LA would be a brutal one. just the getting adjusted and trying to meet people and just understanding how people are and this whole, pretentious way of thinking. And so anyway, it definitely helped give me a boost. But my idea was the backdoor technique, and that wasn't trying to go about it like everybody else. It was, like we said, YouTube videos and getting a little following that way. So when you did come down to play, it doesn't matter if nobody is going to know who you are. You at least have an online following of some individuals that support you. And that's all you need. All we need is support. And I've been doing more videos on YouTube now live because I'm finding I have a support, which I didn't even know really existed. I had a guy give me $30 the other day just for talking live. Like, what the hell? Like, what the, wow. It's just the power of the internet, dude. And that's why we have to keep creating.
If people are interested more in learning more about you, if they want to, give you tips and check out your YouTube video, what is the best way? If, for those that are not familiar with YouTube, they just go on the search engine and what do they type up?
You just type in Video Matt Presents in Google or right now on TikTok, the hashtag almost has 1 million hashtags. Yeah, like on TikTok, I've been posting some of the most ridiculous videos, but on YouTube, it's just Video Matt Presents. And actually, August 12th and August 13th, we're shooting a web series pilot out here based off of what I go through on a daily basis with delivering legal cannabis and the people and the characters I meet through doing that. And so we're going to be shooting the 12th and 13th. September, the pilot will be up on another channel, which I'll be talking about more on my channel.
Well, guys, Video Matt here on How About That? And what a fun episode we had. I'm sure we could talk for another 2 hours about experiences and journeys. But if you want to learn more about Video Matt, he's easy to get a hold of. Just check out his YouTube channel. And we look forward to seeing that show because, like I said, I can only imagine the variety, the melting pot that you meet on a daily basis.
Oh, man. Thank you, Vinny, for allowing me to be on the show. And thank you for joining me in my little box. And I appreciate you very much. I'm glad that you're still making videos. I look forward to the next videos in the next decade and the next decade. And as we grow to be as old as Jiminy Cricket, 93, I look forward to doing these videos with you. And we can look back together, at least you and I, at all these videos over time. And if anybody else wants to watch, right on. But for you and I, this is going to be a great digital time capsule piece.
Definitely. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next episode, and we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching.